Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, yeah, I'm just sitting here wondering why it is that I don't have any rights as an American citizen. Yeah, and I've been having some difficulty getting the laws of the United States enforced. Yeah, and I got to thinking about it. I didn't get any emails yesterday. Got a little upset that no one in law enforcement's enforcing the civil rights of American citizens. It's almost as if it doesn't matter that my sons are kidnapped, that my assets have been seized, that no one has enforced my rights as a parent. And I got to thinking about when my deceased father, Paul Douglas Budnick, he had been working on the railroad and he bought himself one of these double wides. He had a fiancée at that time. Her name was Vicky, and I'd seen her without her clothes on. She was a very attractive woman. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old, and my dad was, well, when he had his legs, he was he was pretty fun to be around, I tell you. I spent a lot of time going to Lake Tapps. Lake Tapps empties every winter. It's a type of water reservoir. Yes. I remember I was maybe 7, 8 years old when Mount St. Helens had blown. That volcano that erupted? Yes! And I was out there in Lake Tapps and I was learning how to swim. And swimming is so important. You know how I learned how to swim? No. I learned how to dog paddle. There are quite a few dogs out there that might need to know how cold water is. It's been a problem with those that have pets, that their dogs had forgotten how to swim. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if all the German shepherds in Homeland Security's border stations were all to take a nice long swim in a cold lake? Yeah, I'm really not very happy today. When my dad lost his leg to a motorcycle accident, he had a big stump above. Well, it's either the left or right leg. I can't remember exactly which leg it was, but I do remember that that fake leg that he used to keep in the corner. He'd say, "Go get me my leg." Ouch. Nothing like losing a leg. Growing up with a father that was an amputee, that was an active narcotics user. It didn't seem like heroin really did much for him after years of using it. I'm not in a very good mood today. It's something when a guy works on the railroad and spends a lot of money getting himself one of those nice double wides and setting it all up, and then has a motorcycle accident and is not able to work and wanted to get married, and Vicky had two daughters, April and Sarah, and things kind of went to pot for him then. I tell you what, I used to mix his drinks for him. He was one of those that would drink R&R. Here's about 3/4 of a glass of R&R and some 7-Up. Is there some reason why my rights aren't being enforced today? Having grown up with a one-legged biker that lost his leg in a motorcycle accident, you can appreciate that the times we spent together, he was very, very focused on how he spoke to me as a son. Now, I didn't really want to be upset today, but I thought that I should have had my rights enforced yesterday. I thought my sons should be living with their father instead of their mother. Yesterday was Heidi's birthday, and I got her own private island right outside of China. and North Korea. Today, I'm going to need some intelligence. Now, I, as an American citizen, having lived some of my life in a double wide, realize the importance of mobile home parks, trailer parks. Those places where you rent a space, yes, and then you put your double wide in and you connect it to a septic system or sewage system of the trailer park, yeah, and you connect it to the water and electricity, and that's where you set up a trailer. I wanted to get the ownership of every mobile home and trailer park that leases or rents spaces to motor homes, mobile homes, and single and double wide manufactured homes. During the credit crisis, it wasn't a problem getting financing for a single wide or a double wide. My Uncle Wayne had a double wide not far from Lake Tapps that he spent years living in when he and Lois first got married. Mobile home parks are kind of a different type of place. They have those parks that are over the age of 55. I had an uncle named Milt. He was my Grandpa Condit's brother, Pooch. I've been to his house a few times. It was one of these over the age of 55 senior mobile home parks. Yes. My Uncle Milt was very involved in different types of organizations. He could have been an elk or he could have been a Mason. The Elks were very popular with the seniors, but during the 50s and 60s, you had your moose lodges. Yes. You had your Elks. Yes. And they always named them after an animal. I never understood why somebody would want to belong to a fraternal organization that called themselves an animal. Oh, God. Could you give me every single wide and double wide mobile home in every mobile home park throughout the United States? I'd made mention in an email yesterday about what I would call a subversive terrorist cell that I have named Malicious Joker. Now, Malicious seems to think it's funny having mucus on his foreskin and then infecting the bodies of those that are American women. And a lot of women that grow up in mobile home parks and trailer parks, some of them look pretty darn good. Now give me the ownership, the financing of every single wide and double wide mobile home throughout the United States. I want the financing of every motor home that's been financed as a second home or a first home, because the interest is deductible off the taxes of those that have motor homes. I'm going to need to know what's underneath every mobile home park, every trailer park. I've had some experiences with those in the mobile home trailer park business. Thinking about buying up some mobile home parks. Looking for some deep discounted pricing where I could offer the owners a free circumcision and foreskin restoration. So give me every mobile home park.